Hey guys, welcome back to another Airsoft vlog video. As you can see, I've got the old SRU helmet out again and the night vision cape. Some of you may be sick of hearing about this setup now. It's featured in a lot of videos of late on the channel. But I kind of figured I needed to bookend this as a series and give you guys a little bit of thoughts and analysis based upon my first game day attempting to use these, how I fared, and really how the night vision cape held up in terms of being a plausible night vision setup for us to use, and maybe where I'll take this in the future, and possible developments I might be able to make or adjust. So as I say, I took it out to a game day at a local site. The helmet and the setup fared up very well, I have to say. As you can see, I did manage to get around to installing some counterweight to the rear, little battery pack that would power the fans on the helmet, etc. There wasn't really too much weight to counter with this. This is quite a light setup, but it did just sort of make everything feel a little smoother to use on the day, and I came away very pleased with it, actually, I've got to say. So helmet aside, how did the cape actually fare up? I kind of feel a little bit mixed about it, really, if I'm honest. In terms of night vision quality, the best thing I can do is actually show you some footage I took at home here now. I did, as I say, use it out on the site. I couldn't, however, record. The site don't allow recording of any kind or footage, photos to be taken outside of their own. So unfortunately I can't show you anything from there in terms of gameplay. But as I say, hopefully what you're seeing now is like a picture-in-picture on the screen. And this is my hallway. Or more specifically my stairs, and as you can see, the stairs are quite illuminated at the minute. That's actually because the landing light is on at the top, but we have almost no visibility out to the kitchen as it stands. And I'm just going to turn the lights off in a second in the video. There we go. And you can see that we have absolutely no light in the hallway at all now. You might just be able to make out the grey line moving up the screen. That was the banister. So now we're using the night vision and the infrared torch built into it, and yeah, as you can see, we now have full visibility up the landing again, out into the kitchen, and it all works very splendidly, I've got to say. The picture quality, when blown up to this extent, perhaps appears a little bit grainy, but when you're looking at it through this small little window here, it actually appears very high quality, as you'd expect from a tiny window like this. It's the equivalent of looking at everything through your mobile phone, which unfortunately is how I felt on the game day. You would have seen from the video that the field of view is not the greatest. I think we're looking at something like a 40, maybe as much as 45-degree field of view, which is fine when you're looking further into the distance, when you're looking out for targets down these tunnels and what have you. Absolutely fine, absolutely adequate, and works very, very well. The difficulty comes in the fact that I had absolutely no peripheral vision whatsoever, and no sort of vertical vision either. So I couldn't see anything that was low down, couldn't see anything obviously that was high up. And it kind of left me feeling like I was attempting to maneuver and operate through a letterbox. And it made everything a little bit disconcerting, if I'm honest, when attempting to move, because, like I say, I couldn't actually see my surroundings. Everything was being viewed through this sort of letterbox, and initially I kind of felt like it was a bit of a video game, like I was playing everything through a very small mobile phone app. Using my weapon became difficult to begin with because I couldn't actually orientate the barrel of my gun with what I was able to see through the cape. It took a little bit of walking your shots in and a bit of muscle memory to know exactly where you were pointing your shots. It did get better over time, but initially there was a bit of a learning curve there, if I'm honest. All in all, I'd say for ability to actually see in the dark, absolutely fantastic. This thing, for the money, is superb. And I think as long as you're engaging targets at a longer distance or attempting to scout or scope out an area, absolutely fabulous. And the fact that, you know, although I'm only using GoPro mounts here, obviously I was able to fold it up out of the way. I could flick my torch on and maneuver around with that and then just draw this down to look further into the distance and scout ahead. It worked very, very well. And that is the system that I eventually adopted during the game day. Because as I say, attempting to maneuver with these down was disconcerting, to say the least. I can certainly see why, you know, the sort of modern military setups with the 4 cameras and what have you is much preferred these days, or ideal, because of the extra peripheral vision, or maybe even the monocular setup, just a single lens, if you like, may have been better, because then I could have had one eye able to flick and use and have the peripheral vision, and one eye that was actually capable of seeing in the dark. And that kind of brings me to where we are with this. I think if I'm sticking with this, then you definitely want a system whereby you can fold it out of the way, take a torch with you and maneuver like that. Scoping out in the distance if you're in a woodland or something like that, fantastic, but don't maneuver with it. In an ideal world though, I'd find a monocular setup. If I could find something with a GoPro mount of this ilk and this quality that's just over one eye, and I could rig it up in a very similar way, then I think that would be the ideal scenario here. And it's something I think I will look for in the future, but in terms of where we are with the Night Cape, I'm genuinely very pleased with how it worked out on the game day. I think it's something you guys could very much pursue as long as you know its limitations. As I say, don't attempt to maneuver with it. You're only going to end up rolling an ankle or something like that. But like I say, for scoping out shots in the distance, absolutely phenomenal. Works an absolute charm. Right, as I say, I just wanted to give you guys a bit of a brief overview of how I felt about it after using it, so that you guys weren't potentially dragged down a path of using this and then being disappointed with it if you wanted to sort of move through buildings with it and that kind of thing. So, yeah, just a bit of an update. As always, thank you very much for persevering and sitting through my absent-minded ramblings, and hopefully you guys will stick with the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.